They've stolen our golden stool. The war drums echoed through the Ashanti kingdom, a desperate rhythm against the thunder of British cannons. But fear held the men captive. Then, from the shadows, she emerged. Yaa Asantewaa, a queen mother, her voice a clarion call. If you, the men of Ashanti, will not fight, then we, the women, will. And with that, she raised the rifle, and 5,000 warriors followed her into the heart of the empire. Across the vast tapestry of African history, stories of powerful women are often whispered, relegated to the footnotes of grand narratives. But today, we pull one of those stories into the light. We journey to the Ashanti region, a land rich in gold, and even richer in legacies of courage. For centuries, the Ashanti kingdom thrived, a beacon of strength and sophisticated culture. Their military prowess was legendary, their artistry unmatched. But even the mightiest kingdoms face moments of crisis, times when their very survival hangs in the balance. And in these moments, it is often the most unexpected among them who rise to meet the challenge. The late 19th century was a tempestuous time, as European powers cast covetous eyes on the African continent, hungrily dividing and claiming territories. The British, with their insatiable appetite for land and resources, were a constant threat to the sovereignty of the Ashanti people. After several Anglo-Ashanti wars, including the War of 1873–74, the British believed they had quelled the Ashanti spirit, that they had broken their will to resist. They demanded the ultimate symbol of Ashanti power, the Golden Stool believed to embody the soul of the Ashanti nation. And that's when something truly extraordinary happened. When faced with this final humiliation, when the men of Ashanti seemed paralyzed by despair, a woman stepped forward. A woman of wisdom, a woman of unwavering resolve. A woman named Yaa Asantewaa. But Yaa Asantewaa wasn't a general, a queen, or even a warrior. She was a farmer, a mother, a respected elder in her community. So, how could one woman alter the course of history and lead an army against the most formidable empire on earth? Well, against all odds, a farmer successfully led 5,000 soldiers against Britain, and when you learn the true reason why, you never look at colonial history the same way again. The courage of African women isn't some new phenomenon cropping up to meet modern challenges. It's a deeply embedded thread in our historical tapestry, often overlooked, yet impossible to ignore when you truly examine it. Consider this: centuries before Yaa Asantewaa, another queen, Amanirenas of the Kingdom of Kush, stood defiant against an empire that believed itself invincible. This wasn't a symbolic gesture, a plea for peace. This was war. A war against Rome, against Caesar himself. It's easy to forget that Rome, in its imperial pomp, wasn't always the victor. In 24 BC, Amanirenas, leading her armies, clashed with Roman legions along the Nile. She didn't just fight them to a standstill, she defeated them. She destroyed Roman forts, seized territory, and drove them back. The result? Rome, the supposed master of the world, negotiated a treaty, and paid tribute to the Kingdom of Kush. Rome paid tribute to Africa. An African queen humbled the great Caesar himself. And who remembers her name? Why is this not a cornerstone of our understanding of power? These stories matter now precisely because they've been deliberately obscured. Because the narrative of African history has been shaped by others, omitting the strength, the intellect, the sheer resilience of our women. When we understand that Yaa Asantewaa was not an anomaly, but part of a lineage of female leadership stretching back millennia, then we begin to grasp the true potential that lies within us, still. It's time to reclaim that narrative. It's time to remember Amanirenas. The echoes of Yaa Asantewaa's war drum still resonate. Her defiance wasn't just a historical event, it was a powerful declaration of African women's strength and leadership. In a world that often silences female voices, Yaa Asantewaa stands as a reminder that women have always been at the forefront of shaping Africa's destiny. Her story challenges us to actively uplift and empower women in our communities today. To invest in their education, support their businesses, and amplify their voices in politics and society. Yaa Asantewaa's courage should inspire us to reject outdated norms and embrace a future where all Africans, regardless of gender, can thrive. Want to learn more about remarkable women like Yaa Asantewaa? Explore the untold stories of African ingenuity and economic empowerment with our Creator Kit. Discover resources and tools to share these narratives with the world. Find it for just $47 at pornoafric.com/shop.html. Let Yaa Asantewaa's spirit fuel our own journeys towards a more prosperous and equitable Africa. Subscribe for more African wealth stories. Globe showing Europe Africa Money Bag.